That's right, everyone. Great news. The Power Trench project has begun. The underground electrical cable will enter my house under where my barbecue is positioned. I will break up this concrete where this magical X is, and I marked the line with red spray paint to the northeast corner of my shop. I am standing at the northeast corner of my shop. Behind me you can see the electrical meters and connections that the electrician did a week ago. And then behind me this way is where the power trench will come from my house to the shop. At the second magical X, looking east, will be the long trench I'll have to make to the highway power pole. Walking along the trench I'm about to dig. We have to go way the heck down there. Let's keep walking, let's keep walking, 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 let's keep walking. The trench will curve a bit to the power pole. Right up to the transformer. Okay, I'm at my property line looking west. As you can see, I put 3 T-posts up, and this will be the location of my new fence, and it's about a foot onto my property. I'm going to quickly pace off the distance that I have to dig the trenches from the power pole to my shop and shop to my house, and I'm going to guess each of my paces will be roughly about 3 feet. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100. We have roughly about 100 paces times 3, so the trench will be about 300 feet long. Let's get digging. Firstly, I'd like to point out a few of the hazards that I'm dealing with this trench project. Working close to the house, I have to rip up this small concrete pad with the X on it. That's the first magical X. The second hazard, right under the log next to the gutter downspout, is my underground water hose bib. The hose line goes through where I'm going to be digging the trench and goes right behind my new shed that I'm building. Third point of hazard is obviously working around the shop area, but it's really digging next to these cedar trees. Here's the trench going to the power pole. Look at all these big cedar trees that I have to dig around, and there's going to be tons of roots in there. After I get through the old growth cedar tree forest of wonder, smooth digging through the garden to the power pole. Fourth and final point of hazard that I can foresee on this trench is in my northeast corner. Obviously I have to dig around this apple tree and dig close to the highway power pole. Okay, enough chit-chattering. Let's get the mini excavator moved to behind the house and start digging by the house. Step 1 complete, removing the concrete pad. Well, this is exciting. It appears to be copper tubing wrapped in plastic pipe. Interesting. Well, unfortunately, I have to put this project on hold until I figure out what this line is all about. If it's an electrical line or if it's a water line, I don't know. Lots of freedom, not much farming. Anyways, we'll continue on. Water main valve shut off. Water on, water off. Walking out into my field to shut my main water valve off. It's kind of my kneeling post. A little bit of insulation. Look at this. Oh, nice worm. So this insulation gets wet because the field floods. So you can't see nothing down there, but it's about shoulder deep. And there's just a water valve that I'm going to shut off. Okay, I hope I don't get my jacket wet here. Oh, she's cold. Oh, there's one more bag in there. There's the valve, yeah, shutting it off. Woo, the water's cold. Water valve off. So here's my water valve hose bib in the garden. I hooked up a garden hose to it, so I'll turn this valve on and we'll drain the water out. Not much water came out. I do want to let everyone know that for this project, I did do a BC1 click before you dig. That's our code in where I live here. I let them know the project, what I'm doing, the trench, the depths, the lengths, all that kind of stuff. They gave me permission and the go-ahead. My utility company, Fortis Gas and Electrical, also gave me the go-ahead. And that was yesterday morning before I began the trench. Look who showed up. Papa Al's turn to take over and do some digging. Look at that focus and determination. I need my ladder to teleport to my location. Nice! Now get down in that trench, please. Thank you very much. So far, so good on day 2 of the Power Trench project. Papa Al's just giving her in the background. Trying to make a nice gradual sweep to the left there, through the trees into the garden. Here's our sophisticated measuring device. It's about a 6-foot long 1x3 piece of wood. We made a mark here at the 4.5 foot mark. That gives us a 4-foot trench with 6 inches of sand and then the power cable. We're making good progress on the trench. I'm just gonna pace out how far we've done so far. 1, 2, 3. So I just paced out about 18 paces, so close to 20 paces. That's 20 times 3, 20, 40, 60. So we started the trench right at the corner of the shop, and I'm gonna hand dig a bit here to try to expose the ground rod and plate in the ground. With the Mini, we still have to dig 3 to 4 feet back and still 4.5 feet deep. The power cord will come up into the shop right at the meter bases. I believe that's as far as we have to dig towards the electrical meter base. I just exposed the foundation wall, and we'll have to dig down here with the mini excavator. Papa Al, he's so far back there now. Looking good. I got some exciting news to report. The trench is out of the magical forest of wonderment. We're just on the outskirts of the forest. That wasn't actually too bad to cut a trench through there. Little bit of roots, not too bad though. Next phase of the trench, the garden area. Shouldn't be too bad. Oh, Papa Al, look at that scoop. Okay, I'm gonna pace off how much we've dug the trench. 1, 2, 3. Pretty close to the 90-foot mark. Not bad, not bad. Let's keep going. Everyone, check this out. Papa Al is way the heck down there. The trench is going along pretty smooth. The trench behind me, that's old news. Check this out. We left the magical forest and into the garden area. 5 hours into the dig, about 150 feet. 30, 60, 90, 120, 150. Not bad, not bad. Whoop. Papa Al's right here. Power pole's right there, about 50 feet away. While Papa Al's been mastering the mini excavator, I dug up the garden hose bib just to see where it is, what type of line is connected to it, and I'm gonna put in a frost-free hydrant when I have a little bit of time. Let me show you what's going on. So the water main is in the field to the left of my house there. Comes to the back of my house, to the southeast corner of my shop. Right in front of this old greenhouse, there's another hose bib. And then this is the end of the line. Double hose bib connection at the top. Galvanized rod, looks pretty rusty, into a 90. And then triple clamped with garden hose bib clamps into what looks like a 1.5 inch poly line, so that's good. I hope the frost-free hydrant can connect right to the poly line. I'll dig this out a bit better, put some gravel down there, and then if I need water down here in the winter, I'm able to use it. Here is the hose bib by the old greenhouse. Still digging it out. Lots of roots around the galvanized pipe. Haven't made it to the connection yet. Another project that I took care of is getting rid of all the old barbed wire that was still attached to the staples in these posts. These were the good ones that I saved from around the garden area. There's one kind of rotten one on top there, but these are the posts I'm going to use for the pig pen. Collection of old posts next to the garden old greenhouse hose bib. I think I'm just going to burn these. Pretty rotten posts that I saved from last year. Yeah, burning them, good idea. I had to put the jacket back on. I'm not working hard enough. Papa Al's taking care of that really good. So far so good on the power trench. We're really close to the power pole by the highway. Exciting news, guys. Very, very exciting news. We're digging right by the power pole next to the highway. That's a long trench. We just got to clear out this little land bridge section between the two trenches. Then I think we're good to go. We're getting so close. So close. And when I say we, I mean Papa Al. Hardest part of the day is trying to get the heck out of there. Papa Al's almost out. That a boy, Papa Al, you could do it. And he made it. This is where the side trenching had to occur to connect the two little trenches together. This small little trench from the power pole to this spot, and then the long trench all the way to the shop. Papa Al had enough. He's getting the heck out of here. What a day. Big shift on the farm today. Thanks very much to Papa Al for all his help. You're hired. What a pro. What'd you guys do today? Oh, we went down to the beach and had a good time. Well, Papa Al dug a trench for me. That's what we did today.